by himself. Tell everybody, because they're implementing this through your municipalities as well. All of your municipalities, all the public services in your municipalities are going to have to be bilingual in the province of Ontario. We can't afford it.
A lot of these municipalities, Liz, didn't even know it was coming.
I know.
Kingston. I informed Kingston. They went.
I informed Winchester.
I know.
Yeah.
Now what Tammy did, what Mark Henderson did, and this is where I'm going back now to Section 2 of the Municipal Act. Because the municipalities actually have to do what you tell them. Because you all have the authority to actually launch a class suit against your own council, yourself. But you can also get the pressure put on them at all levels. Everyone here should be doing up an email as soon as you get home saying, every municipality will have to be bilingual. Get the copy of the resolution from Beth and send it out. Let these people know. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's not even good French. It's an entirely different French from Parisian French, from European French. My brother has a friend who's in the military, and of course, you know, he goes overseas. And they get right on him. The people from France. They don't want to even hear from people from Quebec because it insults them. So this is the whole thing. It's now up to you. You have to get on your municipal councils. Pass resolutions. Okay, so we've got Tammy's, we've got Mark Henderson's. Every municipality that passes this resolution, and it keeps going and going and going, that is sending a message. But it's up to our municipal councils. This is why you elect them, to stand up to the province. Now, I've heard the term, oh, well, the municipalities are just merely creatures of the province. Well, you know, the old province pretty well outsmarted itself because they put in Section 2, that good government thing. It is not in the best interest of the people of these municipalities. Good government has to make sure that the interests of the municipality, which by the way is just their revenues, and the interest of their residents are protected. And you can tell them if they're whining about not getting their gas tax transfers, tell them to take that up with AMO, because AMO is the one that administers the gas tax transfers. And the municipalities are to control AMO. Anyways, so am I done, Beth?
Excuse me, are you suggesting that we all email our various councillors and municipalities?
Actually, I don't want you to email. I want you to write letters.
Okay, so write.
And,
and tell them we want it to be bilingual. Did you say that?
No, I want you to tell them the opposite, that you are done with the bilingualism.
Yeah, that's better.
Not only that. What do you think, I'm nuts?
I was wondering.
Hey man, I ain't gonna be ducking from no tomatoes, I can tell you. Yes, sir.
You're saying so during prorogation, they
Yeah.
Yeah, they can actually pass regulations, the lieutenant governor.
So during the prorogation they did this,
Yep.
and yet the population didn't want to see.
That's right. You wouldn't believe how many regulations came down the chute during prorogation. Because all they need is the lieutenant governor. And he's the bobo that represents everything. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah, there's another thing that they're pulling. They want advanced French. And it's starting in the hospitals, right? You know that. Advanced French, not bilingual, advanced French. So the exams are so bloody hard that no bilingual English person can pass them. So they get the francophones basically in the hospitals now. So that's Madeline Malheur.
Okay, so under the British North America Act, the law,
Which the Constitution.
you as the electorate have a voice in that. So you want to know something? Okay, so we have Madeline Malheur, right? Yeah. She is the francophone minister, but she's also the minister of public safety. So what I did last night on Nick's radio show, I said, if there is by chance any liberals listening, I explained that our ministers are actually not telling us the truth. You notice how I didn't say, oh, they're lying? No, they're not telling you the truth. Okay? They get real snarky about the lying thing. It's like this. They have told us time and time again, under the OSPCA Act, the minister has no control over the OSPCA. Oh, there's nothing we can do.
Right.
They're all arms length.
Well, are you ready for this? If I see a minister that says that, I'm going to say, well, then I best think you better read Section 22.2 of the OSPCA Act, where the minister may make regulation in regards to the officers. In other words, they are misleading everyone. Now, whether this minister has actually read the act or not, I don't know. Madeleine Merrier says she's a lawyer. I just don't know. I can't find where she actually graduated law school.
No, she's a lawyer.
Really? She's a nurse.
But I want to know where she went to law school. So that's another thing. Find out where she went to law school and where she graduated from. Because I can't find it. And you want to know something? I'm pretty good at finding stuff. So that's the thing. A lot of them haven't even read it. Like, I look at it this way. There is not one municipal councillor or one mayor that can actually read every piece of legislation that they are to know and understand.
Makes sense.
And you have to understand this. So they're told to go to staff. Staff is told to go to Ministry of Municipal Affairs. So when Ministry of Municipal Affairs phones the Legislative Library and says, okay, where under the building code does it say they can create property standards bylaws? The library comes back and says, well, under sections 15.1 to 15.8. They don't tell them that that is all restricted by section 1.1 and 1.2 of the Act. It's the same with every piece of legislation. Every provincial piece of legislation basically has an escape clause. And that's the whole thing, because then they can put the complete onus on our municipal representatives. Well, if you have a problem just because they misunderstood the legislation and the intent and interpretation of it, you're gonna have to sue your municipal council. I'm actually standing up for those people that came on February the 9th. Tammy was one of them. Because they cared for their municipality. One fellow came to me after the meeting and he says, I knew in my heart there was something seriously, seriously wrong. And he says, I have to thank you because now I am better informed and I can maybe do something to stop it. Now, Brian Lilly has been doing a thing on Agenda 21. I have a document from 2008 done by an environmental planning lawyer. And right in the document it says they are to use the local government, the municipalities, to implement Agenda 21.
ICNEI. That's the,
They don't use the term ICLES, they just have it in there.
that's what they're talking about.
I don't care. It's not in that document. It is sustainability. The Planning Act was created in 1946 for public works only. That's what they're to be planning for, not your private property. It also says in this document that because of all of this process, our municipal councillors are wide open for civil action. So, look after your elected officials that are looking after you and get rid of the ones that aren't, and go to your council meetings. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, get your letters going, and look after yourself. Beth, am I done? You are
Just tell the people here how many Ottawa municipal elected officials showed up at the meeting, including the
Actually,
mayor.
Ottawa council was invited to this and none of them showed up. Shirley was quite upset about that last night.
Hey Liz, any chance you might run for public office? I mean, our country had its founding fathers, maybe we need some badass mothers now?
I tell you the truth, I can't be an elected official.
Well, yeah, you suffered the same malay I do, and then I couldn't deal with it.